Hey, this is Owen Egerton from Bloodfest, and you're listening to G.U.T.S Podcast.
Yeah, fuck it. Hey! Welcome to Guts, baby.
Welcome to Guts Podcast. This is Zano the Vigi.
It's your boy Space Viking.
Loki as me.
And we had an outbreak and an outtake.
And welcome to Guts.
Yeah, and it's going down. We couldn't get a hold of a...
Welcome.
They banned us from Mexico.
Yeah, we're in the mix, and we've got your fix.
And it's going down. We saw some great ass movies, old school and new school.
Old school, new school.
Shout out to our boy Alex too, man. We Evil Dead, man.
Yeah.
We got you.
Alex, we got the Evil
We
Dead
got
review
you, man.
coming soon.
We got you, man. The Evil Dead, man. Go ahead and pop them out there, man.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Well, pop them out there. Alex is ready. See you every morning.
No. So, anyways, we got. So what I wanted to say is, should I do the whole horror meme story again? No.
Yeah. Do what you do.
Well, I just think it's always interesting to me that there's two types of horror fans.
Two types of horror fans.
There are, the cool thing about this podcast is both types are represented. You have Kent, who is the more of the artsy side of horror, who likes, and he's an artist, that makes sense. So he likes more of like things that matter to him are like acting and cinematography and
Especially acting.
writing and shit like that.
Whereas endings that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
For 500, please.
And the things that matter to like guys like me and Zano are like, yo, did it scare me?
Kill. Gore.
Gore. We want them. Are the murder scenes real looking enough?
Yeah, like a
Is
nail
there
through the
enough
eye.
blood?
We want a nail through the eye.
Did it cause me to drive home looking over my shoulder?
Which good acting can do.
Yeah, we all fuck good. We don't want.
Yeah, I don't want like a horrible actor, but I really like some movies that fucking, Keanu Reeves is in, and he kind of sucks. And
He's fucking awesome.
yeah, he's all right.
I mean, he's really good.
Yeah, he's cool as Neo, but he's always going to be Bill and Ted, man. To me, he plays that same character in every movie. It's like
fucking crazy.
It's like, Keanu, your daughter just died. Wow.
Yeah.
Ma'am, there's a bomb on this bus.
What's the dude?
You're 50, it'll explode.
John Wick, don't kill his puppy.
Don't kill my dog. I'm John Wick. Fuck. So anyways, but shout out to all the different kinds of horror heads. You are all represented here, baby. Welcome to Guts. Pull out your favorite blankie. Your favorite snuggies that you done beat off in 3 times.
They crusty.
Pull it on up and just sit back and have a listen
And
to
wash
Guts.
those motherfuckers too.
Yeah, you stinking.
Anyway, so I got something for the DOA list.
Ooh.
The Circle. Remember The Circle?
Ooh, I don't like it.
On Netflix. The Circle was just some I don't know. It was
So
like
many squares in your circle so your wind's low.
it's like all of a sudden these aliens abduct everyone, and then there's a gang. They don't know where they are, and they just wake up and they're all in this room, and all of a sudden, there's a little metronome thing. It goes wah wah wah,
Oh my
and it
God.
kills one of them.
Trash.
And it starts off okay, like cool, but then it's like you vote. They end up realizing that they vote on who dies next. So it's a process of elimination so the whole, it's like mob mentality. They're like, well, who should we vote on
Yeah.
to live
They
next?
start going by
And
old
one guy's
age.
and
all
one
kind
guy's a
of crazy
racist,
shit.
so they find out he's a racist, so they vote for him,
Yeah.
and they kill him. And then the other guy is like a crooked cop, and I don't know. But anyways, it made the DOA list because it was fucking racist and dumb.
It's like it's one of those movies. It's like, okay, let's see what the point is. This shout out to Monta. We did use her favorite word. It said zip it. So we kind of zipped through it and went to a little. We were like, man, let's go a little 5 seconds ahead. Still in the goddamn circle. Then we actually press play, and it was like the black guy was like, well, shit. I think they're trying to get rid of all the black people. I'm like, shit. So I felt different watching the shit. And I was like, what the fuck? It's true. It's happening.
Yeah.
And it's just, it didn't make no goddamn sense. Whoever, I ain't gonna lie, whoever made it and got views, big ups to y'all. I don't think we looked at who the director was. So I can't. It's like, big up to you, but that's definitely a DOA.
Yeah.
We
So
fast forward.
The
DOA.
Circle on Netflix, that's Guts DOA. Dead on
Yes.
Arrival.
Yes.
We fucking hated it. So you want to talk about Jezebel?
Man, Jezebel was the shit.
So we found this little movie
That was a
called
was
Jezebel, and it was on demand. What year did Jezebel come out? Will you look it up?
I think let me talk to our producer, and he's looking it up right now.
Yeah, producer iPhone.
He says it came out
2014.
in 2014. Thanks,
Yeah.
Low Kids Me,
So-
for that info.
Here, a young woman, Sarah Snook, returns to her childhood home.
That's how they talk on her?
I just figured
Okay. I'm just asking.
I'm just trying to be like, well, fuck you.
I'm just asking.
Okay. Well, okay. So, anyways, Jezebel, this chick comes home because she's like broke, and she gets in this major car
Damn,
wreck
that's
with her
fucked up. You
dude.
say she was broken. She couldn't walk. She was paralyzed. I love it.
No, well, she came home though because she didn't have any money, but she was with her dude, and she got in a bad car wreck.
Yeah.
And so she had to go back home to her dad in this creepy ass house in Louisiana.
Ooh, back to
Kent
the
Duplantis
back to the
land.
bayou, eating
And
those mud bugs.
She finds these crazy tapes.
of her mom.
She's
huh?
paralyzed in this wheelchair, and she finds these crazy tapes of her mom that
Yeah.
her mom has been passed, and she's like, and the mom's telling her, "Oh, I do tarot card readings, and this is for you, Jezebel." Da, da, da.
So
And
her mom's dead?
her mom's dead.
Yeah.
And she finds these old VHS tapes. Of her.
VHS tapes.
And the mom's telling her, "Yo, these are, I'm gonna do a tarot card reading for you. I've been getting into this." And she's pregnant with her at the time, and she said, "Oh my God, there's someone in the house with you." And it starts getting freaky, right? Well, flash forward, it gets creepier and weird shit starts happening. Well, flash forward. Spoiler alert, what you find out is the whole time the mom hasn't been talking to her. She thinks she's her mom's daughter. She's not. The mom was fucking a voodoo guy that was one of the servants on the property.
Yeah, weird shit.
And it turns out that the dad found out, killed the baby, and killed the guy. And so,
And killed the woman?
yeah,
So that's how her mom died, right?
yeah. And then
Yeah.
so fucking,
Wild shit.
it turns out, and it just gets fucking nuts, and it's a dope movie.
It's like more and more. It's like kind of like a supernatural, spiritual thing going on with
Some
her.
voodoo practices.
Voodoo practices.
Yeah, the mom was banging the voodoo dude.
The banking is black dude. She liked the slave. Yeah, he was knocking her ass down. That's what happened. It happens in Louisiana.
He was
baby.
beating up them guts.
Where'd you find that movie?
and she
On
loved it.
demand.
And it was a mixed baby. And
Yeah, and it was a mixed
what
baby.
What happened was the dad ended up killing the baby and buried it like in his voodoo ground. So it's like, really, she was like, kind of like an adopted child. It really wasn't. It was some wild shit.
Yeah. Where did the dad find her? Did the dad just kind of okey doke the new baby?
Yeah, he kind of because
Yeah.
he didn't want nobody. He was ashamed of
Yeah.
like, man, I'm gonna have. It's not my baby. I know it's not my baby.
It's a black baby.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to. So he went, got fucked up one day, and killed the dude.
Well,
wild shit.
What do you give it?
So I give it a stitches.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. It was cool.
The ending was good.
It was a good ass ending.
Had a good twist at the ending that we didn't spoil this time.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it because if it's 2014, you should have already seen it. But it's dope the way it ended because it ended good to where you like, well, shit. I haven't seen a part 2. We're gonna have to look and see if they have one. If not, they could eventually come up with a part 2.
It gave me the creeps, man.
Yeah, it was some creepy shit because like the way
gave me the creeps.
She went
Major twist at the end.
Good twist, good plot. Kept us off our phone factors.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
It was just
Speaking of good
dope shit.
good twist and creepy, we got old boy from Bloodfest on this episode.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Owen Egerton, baby. We sat down with the homie Owen Egerton who made Bloodfest.
Yes, man. Appreciate Owen Egerton.
My favorite interview we've
Dope
done.
ass shit.
That dude was the shit.
From Austin, Texas. I think he's from out, but he's in Austin,
He's
Texas.
from Houston,
right now.
baby.
From Houston.
Friendswood.
And what's crazy, man, the guy's so real. Dope interview. He put his family in the shit.
Super creator.
It's
producer.
It's a sick ass movie. I think Austin had kind of like introduced me to it, and then we watched it.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining. It's funny. I like the comic horror. That shit. And you did a dope
But
ass
above the
video
movie-
to it.
Yeah.
Above the movie, the interview was the shit.
Yeah, the interview
Yeah.
was live,
Great.
man.
Owen's cool, man.
You know?
Yeah, the Bloodfest is great. It's on demand right now. You can find it. It's about a kid who, like, he saw his mom get fucking killed when he was little, by one of his dad's patients, and the dad is like some kind of shrink or something. And anyways, the kid's like, he grows up being obsessed with horror movies, which would be kind of weird if you saw your mom get killed in real life and you like
know,
love
right?
horror movies.
Yeah,
But
you
anyway,
love it. And his dad was like, "Why do you like this shit?" and all that.
Yeah,
Like, man,
so
he was tripping.
he's like,
on it.
I'm going to Bloodfest, la la la. So he goes to this Bloodfest. Well, meanwhile, behind the scenes, the dad has set it up to where the Bloodfest, they're really killing you there.
Yeah.
Because his dad wants people to hate horror movies and hate horror theme parks and hate it forever. And so the kid shows up, and it just starts going live. Dudes in fucking pig masks, chainsawing people in half. And he's got to get through each section of the
Yeah.
park. And there's like a
Live.
vampire section, and they got real vampires there somehow. There's a zombie section.
The zombie section
It's a
was
lot
dope.
of fun. It's a lot of
Zombie
fun.
section was dope.
It's like how Scream kind of pays homage to horror movies, you
Yeah.
know? It does the same thing. It's like a love letter.
It brought so many of them together.
It's a love letter for horror movies.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good.
Yeah, so
And
we
check
got
it
that,
out.
We got that coming up for y'all next, man.
Yeah, man, it's dope, man. It's gonna be a dope episode, and appreciate you, Owen, for that, man.
Yeah.
When we ever come to Austin, we definitely gonna hit you up. And what's dope was the selfies at the end. We sent them a selfie.
Oh yeah,
And they sent a selfie of his family. I'm like, hell yeah.
they're cool as shit.
And
man.
then he went and saw the video that we made for him. I think you ended up putting
I put Cal Wayne to it.
no, he put Killer Calion to
Killer
it. Shout out
Calion.
to Killer Calion for the 30 Days, man, the album. We ended up putting that music to it, which was dope as hell.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to break the subject, but man, we did a dope-ass 3-6 Mafia video for Michael Watts. He posted it on his page, and then he had to delete it, man. He had to take it off.
Yeah.
I think that Michael Myers shit was too gory, man.
Didn't we talk about that on the last episode?
No, it doesn't matter. We're Guts Podcast. We talk about our shit. It's our shit. Fuck does it matter?
We talk about our shit like we don't have a shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh man, I love this. Y'all don't start. Don't y'all start going to Wendy's pulling out $3,500 for just a $4 meal. Welcome to income tax season, baby.
I'm telling you, right?
It's going down.
It's almost here.
I love it.
You got some shoes of the week?
The shoes of the week, man.
Shoes of the week.
Where's my
Shoes
singer?
of the week. A bitty, can't see your feet. I can record a shoes of the week on
Man,
the guitar.
yeah, you could. But man, it's originality. We've been doing a lot of original shit. I think last week we did the Jordans. We always been doing Jordan. We're gonna kind of jump over Jordan Adidas. We're gonna go on ahead and rock with. Well, I got the slippers on right now. If y'all can see my feet, you funky motherfuckers.
Feelers.
And we're gonna talk about them feelers, man. The original OG feelers.
OG Feelers.
That's been coming back out recently, and people are in a craze and a frenzy like they never seen them before. And what I like about when they remake shoes, it make you feel like somebody put on a thing It makes you feel like a kid again to see old school shoes that you had before.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Drop again. It's like, that's some dope shit, man. It said original release was like 1973. I didn't know that shit.
God damn.
It started in 1911 in Biella, Italy. Am I saying that right? But it's a good sports brand,
Sure.
good shoe, dope classic shoe, man. You can always get. And one thing I like about the feelers, man, or any shoe that's like this, it stays under $100.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm digging shit like that to where a kid or anybody, man, don't have to go out and spend $200-$300 to get shoes to still feel fresh. And you always throwing a classic ass fresh. The mall red pairs are always dope to have. I think I need to be adding another pair to my collection pretty soon, man.
And
but
they're always like different. You know what I'm saying?
it's
they always pop.
It's like
they're always a
it
centerpiece
is.
of the outfit.
It's a popping shoe, man, and what's good about it, you could just rock them hoes, and people are like, okay, that's original OG shit right there. Like I tell anybody, keep your good pair of Reeboks in your thing, good pair of shell toes, and definitely add your pair of feelers in your shit, man. I love them red ones with the blue little wing on the side, or the white ones. Dope shit, man. I'll never forget, my sister went to Cali back in the days. She came back with them, and I was like, fuck, man. I wanted them damn shoes. And I got them, I got some black pair my first 6th grade year. And that's back in the days when you wasn't getting shoes every week, so I had to wear them hoes to bust a hole in the middle of them. So when my foot used to come out my top of my shoe when I had a hole in it, that's when I got new shoes. So thanks to you motherfuckers that get shoes every week and go to school. But feelers, man, dope original OG shoe, classic, always fresh, always fly.
Shout out to Fila.
Somebody said, "What? Remember back in the days, it used to be the slogan. Finally, I left Adidas.
Yeah,
was Fila, Fila man. Finally, I left Adidas. You like, God damn, they got something. And then what Scrappy had on his Forever I Love Atlanta. You like, oh shit, okay.
What I always remember about Fila's, I'll never forget this, is when I was like 13 or 14. I was getting in a little trouble. I went to stay with a buddy in El Campo for a while, and I had Fila's.
Oh yeah.
And I come walking outside, and the country kids are like, "Hey, you got them Fila's on? You got them new Fila's?" And that's my little Fila story. So how about that?
They said Filas. That's fucking hilarious.
They call them Filas.
That is,
like, he's got them new Filas.
That is hilarious. And then another one came out. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was like my 9th or 10th grade year. I can't remember or whatever. But them Grant Hill feelers were pretty dope. So if you get in the original pair, man, check it out. Get you some Filas.
Get you some Filas. Hey, mom, look, he's got them new Filas on. And I was like, where the fuck am I?
That is hilarious to know somebody call them Filas.
AT, what you got next? You said you got a segment?
Oh yeah, what's your segment?
So, okay, y'all know I'm a psychopath. Mm-hmm. So I started, because last week we called it, I was like, hey, what is a segment called, like, Hidden Gems? And I was thinking about that. That's fucking dumb. I don't want to. And that's not, then it made me feel like I had all this pressure to do, like I needed to find all these good movies, and that's not really what I watch.
Well,
I watch fuckery. So this segment's going to be called Fuckery with Space Viking.
Hey.
Fuckery.
Just don't fuck it up.
Fuckery. So anyways, my pick for fuckery is Brain Damage, 1981. Brain Damage is
some bullshit or what?
the old classic tale of an unwary teenager falls into a deadly relationship with a centuries-old parasite that thrives. Fuck y'all.
What
So
is that voice,
this kid falls into a deadly relationship with a centuries-old parasite that thrives on human brains. It was released in 1988, which is the year of the caca in the Mediterranean Sea yearbook. And the screenplay was by some guys, and they had some guys that were in it. Anywho, Brain Damage is live. There's a lot of crazy neon colors. This thing like lives in this guy's fucking, like it comes out and he just pops out and he's like, oh, hey there. And it's like, it talks real weird. And it kind of reminded me of South Park, the Towley thing. But he wasn't going, hi, God. But it was just kind of like, oh, hey there. I need some brains.
Straight up fuckery, huh?
It's crazy though, dog. And then the thing, it injects his neck, and then it shows his brain.
Oh, I saw it.
Yeah, and it gets him fucked up.
Yeah.
And so all he sees is all these neon colors and everything. And meanwhile, he does these things when he's fucked. So the thing gets him fucked up, so he didn't know what he's doing. And he's going out to get the creature brains. And he eats everyone's fucking brains. And he ends up eating his girl's brains. And it's fucking wild. And at the end, the old person that had him before him, he escaped these old people because they were feeding him animal brains and shit and controlling him. And so the old guy finally caught up with him and tried to grab him off the dude's neck. And he squeezed it so hard that it shot all the getting high juice into this guy's brain. And his brain was like, ah! So he tried to shoot his fucking head off, and it blew off the top of his scalp, and all this neon is just coming out of his fucking brain. Awesome. It's rad. That's one of the movies, if you like the fuckery, you are going to like Brain Damage. It's crazy as shit. You don't really have to think too much, which I appreciate. And it's just one of those type of movies that I like. So that's Fuckery with Space Viking.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
I thought so.
I like that.
You like
That's dope shit.
Yeah, Fuckery with Space Viking.
And make people go watch the damn Brain Damage.
Yeah,
like
Brain Damage. You can find it on Shudder. I know that. I get a lot of my fuckery from
What
Shudder.
I wanted to ask you
Shout
about
out
the
to
Shudder. Well, I know about Shudder and everything else, but you also say you could link stuff to your phone, right?
Yeah,
link it
the Shudder app on my phone. So that's the thing.
So you can watch the same movies all day.
All day long.
Oh,
if you see me in the world and I got my head on my phone and I feel like I'm ignoring you, it's because A, I am, and B, I'm watching Shudder.
Shudder, baby. Shout out to Shudder.
Shout out to Shudder. I love Shudder.
And Shudder. Yes, I've been seeing you been noticing us a little bit, so it's okay to hit
Give us a follow, baby.
It's okay to hit that follow button.
Come to the dark side.
It won't hurt you.
Don't be a little bitch, Shudder.
Yeah.
We're out here repping you all day long.
Yeah.
We've said Shudder 14 times. How many times you said G.U.T.S podcast?
Oh, yeah. And
Rap
another thing,
bitch.
back to the segment, I almost forgot, man.
That's why you can't. Hold on. Wait a minute.
get
I'm
their
not
ass.
done with this shit. Shudder. You need to support the people that support you, you cocksucking bitch.
Ooh.
Damn.
Look,
He's getting spicy on it.
Damn, that's Kent the Planet.
we know we the only ones in this motherfucker that actually watch your stupid ass. Nobody else watching no fucking Shudder. We're the only ones keeping that goddamn house standing, you piece of shit. So look, we drowning, you drowning, jump in the same pool, you fucking bitch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right, so
And taxation without representation.
and I forgot.
That pisses me off.
And I forgot another thing. I forgot to say. We were supposed to give a shout out to Nice Kicks. Nice Kicks in Austin. I'm gonna keep it like that. Active athlete off of Cullen. I'm gonna throw it up like that.
Off of Cullen.
Who else we got? Premium Goods in Rice Village.
Oh yeah.
And man, it's this new. It's this new guy I've been checking out on the internet. I think it's called Zaid Kicks or something like that. He showed a massive collection of his shoes, man, and you know we kind of digging it, man. And what's crazy, May is coming up quick. Texas Frightmare is on our heels, folks.
Yeah.
And we would definitely
Upcoming events, man.
We would definitely be in the building.
Texas Frightmare in May.
No, Texas Frightmare in May. And when is the Houston Film Festival? Is in June 7th.
June. If
Houston
you're in
Horror.
H-Town, come fuck with us, man.
Yeah, Houston Horror Film Festival. What's crazy about this is taking short films, independent films, anything dealing with the horror genre, slashers, whatever. So it's a great place to network. I know we'll be out there. You can't miss us because we have on glow in the dark shirts that week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all heard it right. Glow in the dark fucking shirts.
Painted.
Oh, he gonna do it like Prodigy. He remind me of Miles on Prodigy.
Yep. Have glow in the dark.
Cons keeps calling.
The cons keep calling. Answer them hoes. Nah, fuck them.
Oh, should I?
Nah, fuck them hoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the show of the week, man. And I'm Zano the Vigi.
It's your boy Space Viking.
Low-key as me, and we now give to you our interview with
Owen Egerton, baby.
Bloodfest.
See?
Everybody shut up.
Everybody zip it.
Everybody shut up.
Everybody zip it. God damn.
How's it going?
Hey, man, welcome to Guts.
Oh, happy to be here.
For those of you listening to our podcast right now, we got a beast in the streets, man, a man of many talents, writer, director, actor. You might see him in the new badass horror flick that just came out, Bloodfest.
Hell yeah.
Which I loved. We got Owen Egerton on the line, baby.
Oh, and what's happening, baby?
What's up?
I'm just enjoying some ramen at home.
Yeah?
I'm having a good night.
Hey, ramen? The package that come with the flavored noodle sauce ramen?
I went to a place that made the ramen for me. Which
Okay,
seems
I got excited.
ridiculous.
It
I
is
know.
ridiculous.
I mean, for years I did that ramen, but this time, I've moved up in the world. I can have someone else boil
You
it.
can actually get somebody else boil your water for you. It's genius.
Season the water for you, baby.
Exactly.
All right. So Owen, man, love Bloodfest. So I know you were the director on that movie, right?
Yep,
But you wrote that too, though, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I was a writer-director.
Whoa.
So I just loved the whole concept, man. Where does that come from in your brain?
I think a bunch of things. For years I worked with the Alamo Draft House.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So yeah, way back at the beginning, like when I was first getting started as a writer, I did a lot of comedy gigs, and I still do some every now and then with the Alamo. And I did like mocking movies shows, Sinus Show and Master Pancake and stuff. And the Alamo always really inspired me because they were always doing stuff where they'd make the movie come off the screen in some way. Like they'd show Jaws on a lake and have the viewers watching the movie, the audience in like inner tubes watching the movie, and they'd hire scuba divers to swim under the water at just the right time that have someone yank your leg.
Yeah, man.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah. Hell
So I
yeah.
love the idea of like when a movie starts to come alive, and
Fucking
so I
dope.
started just thinking about like, what if they have like a festival like this where you got to walk around the places that you usually just see on the screen, like the horror movie locales.
Nice.
And then I just started thinking, and then everyone started dying. That sounds good. And I went from there.
Dude, yeah, that was what I loved about the whole concept. It's like, dude, this is like 5 different horror movies in one, because you
Yeah.
got the zombies, you got the slasher, you got
You got the kids, the
yeah,
high school kids.
the high school kid. I was like, fuck yeah, like why not, combine them all into one and make a fucking mega show.
And then throw yourself in there. Hey.
Yeah, and then you got leading the fest. You're on the speakerphone out there directing everyone, and then all of a sudden it just starts going live, and fucking dudes in pigs masks are chainsawing people in half.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, you reminded me of Cheech Moran in Dusk Till Dawn.
That's great, man. That's quite a compliment. I
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
that.
You played the same role.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I know you've written tons of stuff. And is it how many books and all that kind of stuff have you written, or do you have just tons of shit that we've never seen?
I've written 5 books, and then I've directed 3 movies. Bloodfest is my second movie, but I got another horror movie coming out that I've written and directed, and then I've written a couple of others out there.
Awesome. So is horror for you? Were you always like us? Like, we're like little horror goons, man. We just have grown up loving these movies, and we're like obsessed with them. Did you grow up like that, or did you just what does it for you? Is that your favorite genre, or are you just a writer of anything?
I mean, horror is my favorite genre, without a doubt. But it's funny enough, like I grew up loving horror as well, and going to the video store and just, I just got a huge kick. I just remember like spending an hour just reading the backs of video boxes, like VHS boxes. Like, I wasn't even watching them. I don't think my parents would even let me rent them. It was like, what is going on at the chopping mall? I want to know.
Yeah, baby, chopping mall.
Yeah, and I just remember that being like all these other movies seem so tame and quiet compared to what's going on in these horror movies. But funny enough, like my novels that I write, they're not really horror novels, they're like literary fiction. But they're always dealing with death. I think it's just sort of fascinating that when people deal with death in some way. And then I started writing screenplays. I started in comedy. I was doing comedy for a long time, and I just started moving into horror because at some point I realized I should be writing the kind of movies I want to watch.
Yeah.
And it's a funny thing, suddenly, you're screenwriting and it becomes a bit of a job sometimes. You're like, well, this is the next job and I'm going for this job. And at some point I was like, you know what? It might not be the smartest career decision, but I just want to write and direct really freaky horror movies because that's the kind of movie I want to write the kind of movie that a 14-year-old me would go into a video store and try and convince his parents to allow him to rent. That's the kind of movies I want to make.
The old convincing parents at the video store trip.
Exactly.
Totally. Yeah, man. The old VHS days were great. I worked at a Blockbuster growing up as a kid, and it was just good times. What was your favorite horror movie growing up?
Oh man, funny enough, the first favorite of mine was Night of the Living Dead.
Oh hell yeah!
See, that's mine. Yeah, finally I got it.
I remember I used to play on TV, and I was pretty young, and I saw it. I was like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it was a feeling like I should not have been allowed to see that.
I know, right?
Yeah, and then like really early on, this is kind of a weirder one. We started as teenagers going through all the slashers and everything like that. And Halloween 4, I remember Halloween 4 just like, for whatever reason, like totally nailed me. I was like, I love that movie. And I still love it to this day. I'm a huge Halloween 4 fan. So when I look back now, it's funny. It's like, I remember being a teenager and watching Chainsaw for the first time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, baby.
Good stuff.
Which, funny enough, when I watched it as a kid, like, I don't know how old I was, maybe, 15, 14, I was like, I don't get it. I'm not sure if I get this. This looks kind of cheap,
Yeah.
And it was only like watching it again, like years later, and going, oh my God, this is like the best horror movie maybe ever made. It just scares the hell out of me every time I watch it now. But it was a weird thing to be like a 15-year-old and like not quite getting it. It's like, where, I've been watching all the Jason hunting. I've been watching all the movies that had evolved out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and not realizing I was watching like the master at work.
Yeah, no doubt. That's so funny. So I grew up, like my parents are love horror movies, so we had like a little fucked up family. We grew up watching them together, So I remember my dad took me to see Jason Takes Manhattan when I was 7.
Yeah.
And so, like I just grew up. It's like these movies make me think of family. But it's funny. Like when I would watch, I'd watch The Exorcist with them as a little kid. I didn't get it, right? Like I just didn't. It didn't, because I grew up with like Freddy, scaring the shit out of my dreams,
Right.
And I didn't get it, but now, and or The Shining. My mom loves The Shining. I thought The Shining, like, it was so boring to me. But now as an adult, or when I got older, rather, and I can understand it, I go back and watch it. The Shining is fucking rad, The
Shining is a perfect example. I watched because I did the same thing.
Shining
I
is
remember
my
playing
shit.
on television, and my parents were like, "We're gonna watch this Shining," and they didn't have anything else to do with me, and I watched it, and I was like, whoa. Basically, one person dies? And come on.
Yeah, right?
Shit, right?
He acts as one guy? This is not a horror movie. Guys, where's the body count? But you're right, like, it's an incredible horror movie. It's sweet to hear you say that, like, horror makes you think of family. I didn't really grow up with my family doing too much of that, but like my kids, like my wife and my kids are all at Bloodfest.
Hell
like,
yeah!
You see some of the littlest clowns that are running.
Oh yeah.
Those are my kids, and then the clown with the scissors, who's named Scissor Clowns, who gets axed in the head by the blonde actress. That's my wife.
Wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, it was a family. It was a family activity, and we worked with Rooster Teeth here in Austin, Texas, to make the film, and they are just great people to work with, and I think love the idea of like, hey, let's make it big, let's make it fun, let's make it wild, and let's make it family. So I love the idea of like watching horror with your family.
Hey, so on quick bio on you. Where are you from, and when did you first get started into the writing of the horror movies?
Let's see, bio. My family actually came from England. I moved here when I was a real little kid, and then moved to Austin when I was like, I guess I went to school here, and then pretty shortly after I graduated, I moved into a VW camper because I realized I wanted to write, and I'd be much more able to write if I didn't have to pay rent. So I lived in a camper and basically like a little VW bus.
Yeah, because that's what you do.
That's what you do. And then I basically spent my days at coffee shops, and then my night I did comedy gigs.
Nice.
To pay for coffee and gas.
Hell yeah.
And I kept on doing that for a while, and the comedy gigs really supported me for a good chunk of time. Then was writing novels at the same time, and then kind of slipped into the movie world. I had like one of my novels was optioned, and then I started working with these two friends, Russell Sharman and Chris Moss, and comedy stuff, and we got some traction. And then from there, I said, like, I want to go ahead and write a script that's cheap enough and weird enough that someone will let me make it. And that was my first feature, Follow, which I made back in like 2015.
Yes.
And then I started moving, started doing horror around there, writing and directing and in that world, and haven't really looked back. I've been just loving it, loving the horror community. It's just a blast.
What I was talking to these guys about, man, is with the information I'm gathering, man, you did stuff like Hollow and Everyone Says It's the End of the World and Book of Harold and shit like that, right? Which are novels.
Yeah.
But the movies most movies that I know of that you do are horror movies. Does it seem like that's how you express yourself in that genre or something, or anything that's not a fictional story about that's sub horror? Do you just push it to a normal? It just seems like there's a divide between this expression and that expression. You know what I'm saying? It seems like you express yourself in a horror way when it comes to film and directing and stuff like that, but in a literary way, in a novel way, it's a whole different direction.
Yeah, that's a good observation. I just recently told my good friend, he's like, hey, your filmmaking self and your novel writing self should go out for a beer and work things out.
No shit, man, because they would have some interesting conversations and probably wouldn't agree on a lot.
Yeah, it's true. Funny enough, like I'm starting to do some TV stuff now, and it is a little bit like letting them disagree, like letting them fight some stuff out, and like, what is it like? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let my novel self, go ahead and dig a little deeper into theme and go a little deeper into character, and I'm gonna let my like genre self kind of like, but I'm gonna make some fucking moments that scare the hell out of you. And are beyond the norm in every kind of way. So I'm hoping to kind of mix those up if I can.
Well, a couple of your books, if taken the right way and steered in that direction, and maybe some darker color on the film side of things, like Everyone Says It's the End of the World, I think that could have been a horror movie. If you think about it.
I love that. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, man, that could have been a horror movie.
Well, my first movie, Follow, was actually based on some stories in my story collection, How Best to Avoid Dying. So I just took a couple of my short stories in there, which I hadn't really thought about as horror horror when I was writing them. I just thought of them as short stories. But you get a guy hiding his girlfriend's body in his house for multiple days.
Hey,
and
sounds
not
like
really
my
sure
cousin.
if he's dead or not. Oh, wow.
Oh, Uncle Tim is at it again. That's funny, man. Yeah, Austin, Texas. We're in Houston, man. We're right down the way.
Definitely right down the way.
So,
I grew up near Houston. I grew up in Friendswood, Texas.
Oh, okay.
You're right in the mix, man.
So Owen, what was the first thing of yours to really blow? Was it a book, or was it? I think it was a book. Was the first thing of yours to really take off, right?
Yeah, I think so. I had some success early on with a couple of novels that got some nice attention.
Which ones were?
Probably Book of Harold was the one that kind of hit a little early on.
Yeah,
got some nice attention.
That's the one that everybody loves, man. That seems to be like the one that pushes the button for a lot of people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Houston in that one too. It takes good chunk of it takes place in Houston.
H-Town, babies.
Yeah, that's right.
Scrooston.
So, what do you have come? I mean, what do you find the most for filming it? What's your favorite part? Is it just the creativity of making something, or is it? Do you have like what itch do you get scratched when you're making these long form stories? Because it seems like really even when you do short stories, you smash a bunch together and put it out like that. You know what I'm saying? You're a long form guy. You like to take people on long trips. You like big character building, really, really deep storylines and stuff like that. So have you, like you said, you're doing some TV now. Have you ever thought about doing some short story stuff or do you find it difficult to do the shorter stuff when it comes to TV and stuff like that? Or you just haven't gotten around to it?
No, I mean, like the short story stuff, it can be a real blast. It can be like a wild kind of like, all right, here's an idea. It's almost like I remember one writer describing like writing a novel. It's like it's like, the way he described it was this. He said, writing a novel, I would say this is writing a movie too, or making a movie, is like driving across the desert with your headlights at night. Like your headlights only give you 50 feet ahead, but you can drive for 1,000 miles that way.
Yeah.
And so in some ways, I think the bigger ones, like a bigger story, what I like about them is I get lost. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes with a short story, you can know what you're doing. Like, I'm trying to do this. I know exactly what I'm doing.
You can see
but
the beginning, middle,
story,
and end.
I think I'm finishing up a movie right now. I'm just in the final editing, final polish of it. And it's a weird thing. You think about there was 1 billion decisions that went into making this movie. Characters and moments and little stuff like what that character's wearing and, how high the milk is on that glass, that you have like a whole bunch of people together working on, but eventually it becomes this thing that you couldn't quite control. No one person can kind of control it all, even if they are in charge of every single decision, because it's, I don't know, you get lost in it. And I think I like getting lost.
It becomes greater than the sum of all its parts, It becomes its own little living thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So, favorite kills on Bloodfest. Number 1, pig, chainsaw dude wearing the pig mask, chopping the guy like completely in half. Number 2, the dude who threw like the knife into the back of the head and pulled it.
Yeah, I like that too.
Oh yeah, it was sick, bro. And then my third one, and this is what I wanted to ask you about, because it was like, it like hit me like, damn, how did he think of this? It's like, so it was this creepy in one of the clown scenes with this creepy ass clown. He gets out and he kind of like licks his finger while people are eating him,
Yeah.
And I kind of edited like a little video and I put some like rap music to it because I just thought it was so gangster.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, I'll tag you in it, bro. But I put a Houston artist Cal Wayne on. I just thought it would just fit perfectly. Where did that idea come from? Like the clown, because the clown is supposed to be scary, and all of a sudden he's getting eaten alive by the zombies, and I just in like the whole you have to go through the different parts of the park, and there's the zombie zone, and there's the clown zone, and the vampires, and all that, and then all of a sudden like these worlds start colliding and stuff. Where did like that part come from? Because that to me was awesome.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Like it was a blast writing this. We had a kind of crazy time, and the deadlines were kind of nuts on it, just kind of the way it came about. And I was writing it pretty fast, staying up all night, drinking coffee at 24-hour coffee shops, and and just sort of letting my imagination go nuts. And when it came to this point where it's like, oh my God, there's going to be a bunch of zombies fighting a bunch of clowns.
Dude.
That's everything I've ever wanted right there.
No shit. It's like, holy shit, this is everything.
Yeah. And so, we have this clown, we have Giggles, and he's like, he's always sucking in, the laughing gas. That's what he's got around him. So he's like a huge fan of the laughing gas. And I was like, I just want a clown that's just so messed up. He's just so high out of his head that he doesn't know if he's terrified or enjoying getting eaten, but he finds it hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
So that's why he's like, oh, how do I taste? He gives himself a little lick.
Yeah.
Messed up clown.
I just was like, yes. And then also another part of the movie I thought was just and you can tell that you've got some comedy stuff in your background, because there were some funny ass parts of it. Like, one of the really funny storyline to me was, so the kid's a virgin, right? So the vampire doesn't get him,
Yeah.
And then he goes and he's not a virgin anymore. All of a sudden, boom, he's dead. Is that like your take on just like the horror genre? How the virgin always makes it to the end.
Yeah, it was just kind of like playing with that trope.
Or that pussy will get you every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
That's awesome.
Hey,
So
man, I had a question. So when it comes to a lot of young first starter creative types listen to our podcast. People that embrace the whole ability to make something for yourself just because you can now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think people like that are making the world a really, really cool place. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have to rely on you don't have to have millions of dollars to make something that people like to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You just make it, you put it out there. The people that are, if it's 300 people that watch it, awesome. If it's 7 million people that watch it, awesome. You get to scratch that itch and everybody else gets it. You know what I'm saying? So we get a lot of those people listening to our podcast. And I like to ask people like you, do you have any advice for young writers and content creators of what's the thing that really helps you get something done? Because I feel like, especially when it comes to young people and in the age of, the 5-second video rules all, it's easy to start something. It's really hard to finish something, Do you have any advice for people like that maybe have a writer's block or maybe get lost in the middle of something and put it down? Is there a secret that you have to finishing something and seeing stuff through?
Oh man, that's a great observation. There's a weird thing that it's always been the case, but maybe never more so than now. That like the kind of instant gratification of like, hey, I could spend a year making a movie, or I could spend 12 seconds making a witty tweet.
Yeah.
And my tweet might get like more action than my movie ever does. And what do I do? And it's definitely immediate, right? It's like, that felt so good. But I mean, I think there is sort of a thing of like, set out, what do you want to do? I mean, honestly, what do you want to do? So if you're like, I want to make movies, then take a look at your day-to-day. And if you're not taking steps towards making movies, then reconsider either your goals or reconsider the way you're spending your hours. Mm-hmm. And then I think the big thing, and you just said it, is like, we're in a time now where you can do it. Like, there are less barriers than ever to making a film, which is wild. So, like, I always encourage, like, hey, if you're a screenwriter, find a director, because there's a director who is looking for a great script. And if you're a director with a screenwriter, find some actors, because there's some actors who are dying to be in their first feature. And then find a camera operator, like a DP, because there's a cinematographer who's so eager to film their first feature. And you find these people who are willing and eager and want to do it, and you all get together. And none of you are going to make money, but you're going to put your efforts together, your talents together, and you're going to make something you're so damn proud of.
Yeah, and I feel like when you do that and you get people on the team, the momentum grows. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're out there by yourself and you have an idea, it's just you and that idea. And when it's you and that idea, that's when the idea seems the most impossible, you know?
Yeah.
But when you get one guy on the team, the idea seems a little bit more possible. Then you get 6. Then you get 12. And then you got all these people that are jazzed about the one thing that you were thinking about 6 months ago in your head by yourself in your bedroom, you know?
Yeah.
It gets you motivated, but to me, the whole thing is you got to get the fuck out of your house. And you got to go see people. You know what I'm saying? You can send emails all day long. You can send text all day long. You gotta. It's the motherfucker that suits up, shows up, gets out of the house, and puts the rubber to the road that really gets it done. And what I see is it's the first step that never gets taken. It's the talking about it and not being about it. And being about it really doesn't take that much effort at all. You know, sometimes like you say,
it takes less effort. Talking about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I'm with you. Like there's a lot of. I mean that's a real common thing. I mean we all have an idea for a movie. I know everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the kind of movie I'd make. But you're totally right. Like get out and find a community. Because like, even the movies we mentioned, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Night of the Living Dead. This is made by communities. I mean, Night of the Living Dead is a great example. Like this is just like a community of fellow filmmakers, and they wanted to do something. They said, "Well, let's do it, and we'll make it happen, and we'll let George direct."
Fucking George.
Why not? But it's always like it's a bunch of people given together, and you're so right. Like one person's idea can only get so far, but an idea that's shared, owned by a group of people, putting all the talents together. Well, that can become a reality.
Yeah, and all the, like you said, man, all the excuses are pretty much gone now. Case in point, we're talking to Owen Egerton right now. You know what I'm saying? That's like, we started this podcast as just of a thought experiment, you know? And now, a couple months later, we're talking to Owen Egerton on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the excuses are gone. It's time to really get shit. To get your dreams out there, man. And I know, man, we probably pass up 50 geniuses a day that just are too lazy or got caught up in the 9 to 5, or someone told them when they were 5 years old they couldn't do it. You know? And it's kind of a shame. So I think we owe it to them to make cool shit. Right?
Yeah, I love that. I love what you're preaching.
Yeah, because I don't think there's anything more special than us three in this room, or you, or anybody else. The thing that kind of sets us apart is just the doing it. You know, I don't think we're any more special, any smarter, any more blessed, or more genius, or born with any type of thing that. I mean, there may be some out there that have an advantage, but it sure the fuck ain't me. You know.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think a big thing too is like I'm a big believer in diving just a little deeper than you're ready to swim. Like just dive, just go ahead and jump in.
That's fucking awesome.
And you're gonna have to paddle your ass off. And you actually might fail. And so I've kind of become a big believer in like, okay, I better be failing pretty often, because it means that I'm diving into deep enough water.
Hell
and if
yeah.
I'm succeeding and not failing, then, well, maybe I'm taking it too easy. Maybe it's time to make the hoop a little higher.
Fuck yeah. Rising up, back on the street. I fucking love it, man.
And like the other day, man, I tried to talk to this really, really hot chick, and I got shut down. But the next day, I was waking up at her ugly friend's house. You know? So sometimes you gotta settle for the ugly friend in life before you get to the hot chick. You know.
So Owen, it was a phenomenal cast on the movie. You know, led by Robbie K. How was everybody on the set? Were they? You know, it's weird because this is all from your brain. So when you're out there directing. How is that? Like, it's like, hey, this is, from my brain and I want it to be like this. Do they have their own input, or do you have to fight with anybody? Like, no, motherfucker, it goes like this, or how does that go? Or is it everyone pretty chill?
Oh, no, it was like, it wasn't completely chill, nor was it fights. But there was a lot of ideas, which I really encourage. Like, I want to here, any actor is going to know their part better than I do because they're going to be the ones living it out. So I love when they have ideas, and we just had a pretty amazing collection of folks.
That's cool.
Jacob Batalon was right off of Spider-Man: Homecoming, and Robert Kay has done all kinds of different stuff, and Stacio Gabrielle, and then Barbara Dunkelman from Rooster Teeth. They were just incredible. And I think what was amazing too is like we shot this in August in Texas, and you guys know what that is like.
Yeah, hot as shit.
Hot as shit, and we were filming it, fast. We were doing the best to like get as much as we could in as little days as we could.
Nice.
And they were just tireless, and they were running around in woods and in abandoned mental asylums, and fighting clowns.
Yeah.
And they never slowed down. They kept bringing their craft and their energy and their humor.
That's awesome.
I was just super grateful, not only to be working with the people in front of the camera, but also the crew and cast behind the camera, the set designers. And there was no one involved who wasn't bringing their best and given more than was ever asked for. And I think it made a lot of what the movie is.
Hell yeah, that's saying something. In August in Texas, you're getting tired going to the store to get something to eat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You better drink a Monster before you walk down the street to go get some chips.
And then you might have to fight mosquitoes out there.
Yeah, because it is at night. You think the sun goes down and you're gonna cool off a little bit? Nah, fam. You're about to get roasted.
Humidity.
So it's the heat drains you. It's 100 degrees down here.
It kills you. I just got to this point where it's like, all right, I'm gonna be constantly sweating so much. And once I got used to it, didn't get used to it. I just mentally accepted it. I was okay. But like these folks too, like a lot of the actors, Tate Donovan has worked with like Spielberg and all these other bigger, my gosh, I'm sorry, like our craft services are not going to be. Actually, our craft services were pretty amazing. I take that back. They were ace. But I was just like, I really appreciated that. How many people who make movies, of course it's their jobs and it's their profession for sure, but it's also their passion, and they're having fun. And to tell you the truth, like I don't really want to be working with people who are not having a blast doing it.
Yeah, no doubt.
If we're lucky enough to be making a movie, if we're lucky enough to be in Texas making a movie,
baby,
pretty damn happy to be alive.
You gotta be appreciative of it, man.
Did that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was it hard to keep the makeup on everybody because it's like 3,000 degrees and shit?
Yeah, it was. But luckily, like a lot of the sweat, like on other films I've done. It's like, okay, add sweat. We're going to add some sweat so it matches the last scene. Add sweat. And this one, I never had to add sweat.
It's like, dry them off.
Yeah.
Owen.
But there was a lot of like, hey, how do we match the black vomit that was on his face in this scene to the black vomit that's on his face in the next scene?
That's the truth. Wow.
Hey, Owen, thanks so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate your time. What do we have to look forward to in the future from you?
Let's see. I guess my most recent paperback, Hollow, just came out, and I'm super excited about that.
Woo!
And then I got another film coming out really soon. Hoping, but I can't really talk about it yet.
Okay.
I tell you what, when it comes out, drop me a line. I'd be happy to come back on the show, and I think you guys are gonna love it.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Appreciate that.
I appreciate what you guys are doing. You're doing the good work.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, we don't really know what the fuck we're doing. We just love these movies and we're just trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Keep it up.
Hey, Owen, are you where are you based at now? Are you based in Austin?
Yeah, he's still in Austin.
Still in Austin?
Yeah, I'm in Austin. I go back and forth between LA and Austin.
Are you going to the Texas Frightman Dallas Fort Worth area in May?
I'm not going up to this one. I wish I was. Because that's always a good time.
Yeah, buddy, man.
Yeah, it's going down.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys.
All right,
man. Thank you so much for being on the show, man.
Later.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.